My question is concerning metabolic diseases. Oh, yes.
Zach Braff will always be synonymous with Scrubs, the quirky medical comedy that blended slapstick with sentiment in a way no other sitcom quite managed. As the daydreaming, emotionally complex Dr. John J.D. Dorian, Braff carried the show through its first 8 seasons, earning critical praise and a devoted fan base. From awkward romances to heartfelt monologues, J.D. was the soul of Sacred Heart Hospital. But as the show approached its final seasons, Braff unexpectedly stepped back. Fans were wondering why the face of Scrubs would walk away just before the end. Today we'll uncover the real reason Zach Braff left Scrubs and why he's finally ready to talk about it. The beginning of a breakthrough.
I know they're my friends, I just don't know if I can trust any of them. Especially when it comes to men. I mean, every time I introduce someone, they're all over him.
Watch your posture, all right?
Oh, sorry.
To the sky. I'll be there to care through all the lows. I'll be there to share the high. It's guy love between two guys.
You smell like prison.
When was the last time you guys saw each other?
This morning, we carpooled.
Zach Braff was 26 years old when he landed the role of JD on Scrubs. At the time, he was an unknown actor with a few small roles to his name, including a part in the indie film The Broken Hearts Club. The audition process wasn't smooth. In fact, Braff thought he'd blown it the first time around. He told The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "I wasn't prepared at all. I assumed they hadn't even noticed me before because I'd done such a bad job." But he got another chance, and this time he nailed it. He read the script, memorized his lines, and returned with renewed confidence. Creator Bill Lawrence immediately saw something in Braff that went beyond timing or delivery. Quote, "He was instinctively funny and perfect for the role of a young, caring doctor in way over his head," Lawrence explained. That raw vulnerability became JD's defining trait, allowing audiences to connect with a character who wasn't always brave or polished, but was always real. The show's blend of surreal comedy, fourth wall breaks, and heart-tugging drama made it a standout, and Braff was at the center of it all. Scrubs debuted in 2001 and quickly became a hit, both critically and with fans. Braff's narration provided a window into JD's chaotic inner life, while the visual gags, often his over-the-top fantasies, helped set the show apart from standard sitcom fare. Braff was soon nominated for an Emmy and multiple Golden Globes. And yet, as much as the show built his career, it also tied him down creatively. He had ambitions outside of television. He wanted to write, direct, and pursue film projects, something that a full-time network series left little room for. While fans fell deeper in love with JD, Braff began to feel the pull of new artistic challenges. His growing success in TV gave him the freedom to experiment, and soon he would use it. Garden State and the desire for more.
You're the alligator?
You can tell by the hands.
In 2004, during a break between seasons of Scrubs, Zach Braff wrote, directed, and starred in Garden State. The indie film became a surprise hit, earning praise for its emotional depth, understated humor, and haunting soundtrack. Braff's performance and direction won him an Independent Spirit Award and a Grammy for the film's music. It also marked a turning point. For the first time, Braff saw that he could thrive creatively outside the world of Sacred Heart. Reflecting on the film's success, Braff told Bustle, quote, "I didn't know that Garden State would be this astronomical hit." He recalled standing at the back of the theater at Sundance as the movie played, crying from the overwhelming reaction. The film's momentum sparked interest in Braff's future as a filmmaker, and that only made returning to the grind of network television more difficult. Braff told Time magazine in 2009 that his desire to explore new creative outlets was a big part of why he chose to leave the show. Quote, "I had a lot of things I wanted to do," he said. "It's hard to do that when you're so married to a show." For years, he tried to juggle both. He developed scripts, met with studios, and even began work on future films. But Scrubs kept pulling him back in. The tension between his loyalty to the show and his need for creative growth eventually became unsustainable. After season 8, Braff made the decision to move on. It was the season many fans believed should have been the last anyway. Its finale was poignant, neatly wrapped, and served as a fitting goodbye for JD. But the show wasn't over yet. Season 9 and the toll of exhaustion.
to wear this. Look how silly it looks on me, you know? I hate wearing this so much. He said you put that on you, and he was yelling, and I was like, okay, don't get mad. But I don't want to wear it. I don't.
Guard that, number one.
No! You're dangerous, aren't you? Yes, I am. Bet you listen to rap music.
After its original run on NBC from 2001 to 2007, Scrubs moved to ABC for its final 2 seasons. This transition wasn't smooth. A writer's strike in 2007 disrupted production, and NBC ultimately dropped the show. ABC picked it up, and with it came an uncertain new direction. The network wanted to continue the series, but many original cast members, including Braff, were ready to leave. Bill Lawrence admitted the show's format had always allowed for cast rotation. It was meant to be ER as a comedy, with new interns cycling in and out. Season 9 introduced a younger group of characters, while Braff's JD faded into the background. It was clear this was no longer the show fans fell in love with, and Braff knew it too. In a 2024 appearance on the Inside of You podcast, Braff got candid about the final season. Quote, "We were all kind of fried," he said. "We were starting to repeat jokes. Everyone was exhausted." He described the grueling schedule, long hours, intense demands, and little time for life outside the show. After nearly a decade, the magic was gone. The cast, once energized by laughter and camaraderie, had hit a wall. Braff acknowledged the decision to bring in new interns was a practical one, but it didn't soften the blow. Quote, "It was hard to watch the show becoming something different," he admitted. Though he returned for several episodes in Season 9, it was more a send-off than a continuation. By then, he had emotionally and creatively checked out. For many fans, Season 8 remains the show's real ending. Behind the scenes and his bittersweet exit.
Do you miss Scrubs?
Yeah, aspects of it. I see the people a lot. I miss laughing every day. Belly laughing every day was the job. And when that goes away, by the time 9 years were over, we were sort of all exhausted by it. Just the hours of it.
Nobody made you laugh anymore?
No, I just mean, I felt like at the time we were starting to repeat jokes. Everyone was pretty fried. This was back in the day, and I'm sure you did this on Smallville, where we would do insane hours that people don't even do anymore.
No.
We didn't really have much of a life outside of it.
Zach Braff's departure from Scrubs was technically voluntary, but the reality was more complex. At the 2008 ABC press panel, Bill Lawrence joked, quote, "Not by his choice," when asked about Braff leaving the show. Though the remark was delivered with humor, it hinted at deeper tensions. The network's decision to keep the show alive, even after its natural endpoint, forced some original cast members to reconsider their roles. According to TV Guide, Sarah Chalk recalled being heartbroken when Lawrence announced the new interns. "We cried," she said. "It wasn't just about job security, it was about knowing the original cast's time was winding down." Donald Faison compared Turk without JD to Chachi without Joni. Braff's presence was so central that the show's DNA shifted without him. Lawrence had always envisioned Scrubs as flexible enough to evolve, but the fans and the cast weren't ready to let go of what they loved. Even as Braff stepped aside to pursue directing and writing, he never lost affection for the show. He frequently jokes about the 9th season being non-canon, tweeting in reference to his short-lived sitcom Alex Inc. 9 seasons, but will only acknowledge the first 8. Despite the disappointment surrounding his exit, he maintained a respectful tone in public. He credited the show with launching his career and spoke highly of his castmates, but it was clear he needed space to grow, rest, and move on. Legacy, reflection, and the possibility of return.
So we were just kind of fried, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But now looking back, and there's talk of sort of reboots, and that's a conversation. I think, oh my gosh, being able to laugh with these people, belly laugh with these people again, would be a lot of fun. When we signed up to do our shows, they can put you under a pretty insane contract of 7 years and stuff, which I wouldn't do. But some sort of talk of a limited thing, you're basically saying, do you want to go get the gang back together and fucking laugh your ass off with some of your best friends and be paid well? Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Since leaving Scrubs, Braff has continued building a diverse career. He wrote and directed Wish I Was Here in 2014. He also acted in films and produced stage projects. His creative energy never slowed down. He simply redirected it. In 2020, during the COVID-19 lockdown, Braff and Donald Faison launched a podcast rewatching Scrubs. The series, Fake Doctors, Real Friends, became a nostalgic hit. Talking to The Hollywood Reporter, Braff said, quote, "The fact that so many people are enjoying it, it's given Donald and me both a dose of serotonin." The podcast rekindled his love for the show and brought back memories of the bond he shared with the cast. It also opened the door to talk of a reboot. At the ATX TV Festival in 2022, Bill Lawrence confirmed a reunion was not off the table. Quote, "We are going to do it," he said, "because we are lucky enough that people care." Braff echoed that sentiment, but with one major caveat. He's not interested in another long-term contract. Quote, "Some sort of limited thing? That sounds amazing," he told Michael Rosenbaum. "Just to laugh your ass off with your best friends and get paid well? Who would say no to that?" Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Zach made the right decision to step away from Scrubs when he did? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.